Welcome to a special edition of The Lineup. We're joining breaking news in University City. Police swarmed the campus of the University of Pennsylvania shortly before sunrise to disband that encampment of pro-Palestinian protesters that had grown over the last 2 weeks. Good morning. I'm NBC 10's Erin Coleman.
And I'm Keith Jones. We've been all over this all morning long. NBC 10 Siobhan McGirl joining us live from the encampment there, or what used to be an encampment. Siobhan, what can you tell us?
Hey, Keith, Erin, still very active. We're right on 34th by 34th and Walnut right now. We're over here because there were just some faculty members who were taken into custody by police. They were blocking police cars from leaving the encampment area, or where the encampment used to be, and they were just taken into custody, but they were released. We just spoke with those faculty members. They said they wanted to create a wall and keep the police officers from leaving the area. They were hoping to stand in solidarity with the students. Again, at first it looked like those faculty members were being arrested. They were taken away, but the officers at the end of the road just let them step off. We talked to them about why it was important for them to be out here this morning. As we're walking here, you can see all of the police cars. This is what it looks like around this area. Police have they've created a perimeter around the UPenn area, blocking a lot of traffic in the area as this all unfolded this morning. Coming up here, we did see some protesters line this area. Now we're getting closer to where this encampment was and where protesters gathered this morning trying to block those police vehicles. So you can still see some officers here standing with the batons and their helmets on. And it looks like, as we walk back up to the area, I mean, you can still see some people standing in the area, but things are relatively calm right now, Keith and Erin, compared to what they were even just 15 minutes ago.
So, Siobhan, talk to us about where you are in relationship to where the encampment was. You're on the outskirts. You're on a public street, clearly, and we can see all of the officers there standing at attention behind you.
Yeah, so this is 34th and Walnut right now, guys. As we walk up here on the sidewalk, if you were to make this turn onto this brick path here, all the way up, that's where the encampment was. So as officers created a perimeter from keeping people from going into that encampment area as they were doing their work this morning, people started to gather here, standing in solidarity is what I was told, with the students here. So all the way up this brick path, that's where the encampment location was. As you can see, though, members of the general public cannot get past this area. They have the police with their gear here. They have some barricades up. They had a bike barricade up earlier. So still a lot of police presence in this area, and they are keeping people from going down to College Green, right just past these officers here.
I think it's safe to assume, too, when you look at these images, if you're about to get in your car and drive somewhere, University City, probably not the greatest place to traverse around that campus right now. Siobhan, give us a good idea here about how many students are there. I wonder, if I were waking up on campus, even if I wasn't part of the encampment, I'd be curious. Do you see a lot of onlookers?
Yeah, guys, people have dispersed from, like I said, even just 15 minutes ago, but I'd say maybe 24 are still here right now. It got pretty tense there when people were blocking the officers from leaving this area. They were on the ground. They started to put another barricade over, and they were warning them that arrests could happen. And after they took those faculty members away, again, not arresting them, letting them walk away, then people kind of started to disperse. But there are still some onlookers here. And like you said, I mean, even when we were just getting here earlier this morning, it took a long time because all of these roads are blocked off. Again, police have really created a perimeter around this area.
It's very interesting because at about 5:30 when this whole thing started, all of the action was really centered in where that encampment is. And then very slowly, as they started to arrest protesters one by one, all the action kind of moved to where Siobhan is right now. And there was some interaction between police and folks standing in solidarity with the protesters right where you are. And as you've been saying, really just cleared out in the last 15 minutes or so.
And to state the obvious, this is a college campus. It is only 7:45 in the morning. There are a lot of students that just haven't woken up yet.
They don't even know.
They don't even know at this point. So I imagine, Siobhan, where you are right now is going to be a lot busier in the next few hours. I imagine the people that are there onlooking, they must be calling their friends.
Yeah.
And, word is spreading as we speak.
Absolutely, and we are seeing some people kind of beyond these barricades out on out on Walnut, walking around. Right now, guys, we heard some people yelling, but again, the police maybe just made kind of a wall here, holding their batons. We have some people here on the sidewalk, maybe just a handful here on the sidewalk, and police are just standing by. And we do have more vehicles down the road, but pretty calm right now compared to what we've seen all morning.
Absolutely. All right, Siobhan McGirl, thank you for being live with us this morning, right outside of that encampment, or at least where it used to be, and now where there's a large police presence. You know, you wonder, too, a lot of the hospitals are located there. The Children's Hospital of Philadelphia is a couple blocks up. You hope that this situation isn't blocking, some potential emergency from getting to where it needs to be there.
HUP is there as well.
HUP's there, yeah.
Yeah, but we saw this is a coordinated effort, so I'm sure that they've taken some of that into account.
Sure,
you most certainly hope so.
Yep.
We got much more on this breaking news on Penn's campus coming up.
Back in 30 seconds.
Here we go.
Here I go again on my own.
Introducing the all-new TD Clear credit card with no late fees and no interest, just a simple monthly fee. That's predictability, even when expenses aren't.
$4? That's bananas.
It's a pear. Oh, man.
The all-new TD Clear credit card. That's how credit can be unexpectedly human. Call 1-844-TD-CLEAR for details about credit costs and terms.
Let's go back live now. NBC 10's Katy. Zachry has been live in University City since police moved in, around 5:30 in the morning. That's when you started seeing it behind you, Katy. What do you see behind you now?
That's exactly. It was 5:30, Keith. You were tossing to me. I was about to give you my live report of the latest with the pro-Palestinian protests and encampment here at Penn. And as I was speaking to you, I saw dozens of Philadelphia police officers on bikes come in. Unbeknownst to me, that was the very first wave of what was what seemed like a flawless coordinated effort to disband this encampment. So what we're showing you right now is really the end of it, and I'm going to narrate for you what happened from 5:30 on to right now. But this dump truck has pulled into College Green, and you have University of Pennsylvania facilities employees and other employees who are gathering the tents, the structures, all of the items that we have seen congregate on College Green as part of that growing encampment, the pro-Palestinian encampment, and it has now been disbanded. So around 5:30 this morning, I was saying that first wave of Philadelphia police officers on bicycles came into College Green, and they set up a perimeter so no one from the outside could enter this plaza space, so to speak. Then there was a police commander who went up to the tents and in close proximity of the encampment with a megaphone, and there was a recording that said, "You have 2 minutes to disperse, to leave the area, take your belongings. If you do not, you will be arrested for trespassing." That was played maybe 10 times. After 2 minutes time, then we saw the next wave, and that was police officers, dozens of them, marching down Locust Walk in riot gear with shields, totally covered from head to toe in riot gear. They had batons, and they started, if we go to the left, Matt, if you are looking at our camera live, you can see College Green again. You can see the grass. So just a little while ago, that was covered with tents. So these officers with batons started going through these tents, breaking down the tents, all while the protesters, those who didn't disperse and who said, "We will get arrested, we are not moving," they formed a chain. They linked arm in arm around the bottom of the Ben Franklin statue, which is right in the center of College Green. So what transpired next was, and I think we have video of it, I'll describe it, hopefully we can show it to you, is police officers, 2 of them would go up to a protester, remove them from that statue, put zip ties around their wrists and arrest them, and walk them to waiting police vehicles that had the back doors open, and they would file in. In some cases, as the protesters continued to be arrested, and there were about 2 to 3 dozen of them, We saw some refusing to walk, so they had to be carried by multiple officers. That took about 30 to 45 minutes. It was peaceful for the most part. The protesters were chanting. The chants grew louder. And at one point, there was only one protester who cried out. It seemed much more theatrical. It didn't seem like she was being harmed at all. The police officers were doing the exact same thing to her, escorting her to the trucks that they did to everybody else. But she let out these cries and screams that, again, she did not seem injured. I was very close to her. And then once the protesters were gone, you had the police in riot gear go through the rest of the encampment, make sure there were no individuals in any of these tents, and they started breaking down the tents. And then very quickly, the dozens of officers, I would say more than 100 officers were here between the officers on bikes, officers on foot, and then those officers in riot gear. They left. And now what we have some crews that are putting up these very large, like toe to head, like probably 6 feet high chain link fences all around Locust Walk, all around College Green, preventing anyone from the outside coming in while they break down the pro-Palestinian encampment. Of course, these protesters for the last 2 weeks were protesting the Israel-Hamas war. They were adamant in their position to not leave, despite the university leaders urging them since the onset of the encampment to leave, citing safety issues, citing health concerns, citing threats, and that many Jewish students here at the University of Pennsylvania, they spoke to me. They said they felt threatened by actions, by words from some of these protesters. So just a lot has gone on here in this space. This is the epicenter for the past 2 weeks now, but this is really the end of what has been a 2-week standoff. Keith and Erin, and you saw it all play out this morning live on our air.
Yeah, and you can see just how much stuff is accumulated over 2 weeks as a dump truck comes in behind you, but they are going to have to clean out all of those tents, and there's a lot of just, stuff in there, sleeping bags and bottles of water.
Of stuff.
That is a lot of things, a lot of stuff to get you. We should also note that, these encampments, they really started on the campus of Columbia University, spread across the country. Columbia even canceling their commencement services. So commencement is coming up here at Penn. And, the university leadership also wanting to be able to do that in a safe way. So
in a safe way, in a big place. Franklin Field is where it's going to be.
Exactly.
So they said already there's going to be safety officers present. We reported this morning, too, that Philadelphia police officers will step up their presence there as well. Because, people are going to raise their voices, particularly after an event like this. And Katy, it's interesting. You've watched the protesters being removed there from the Ben Franklin statue early on this morning. It almost is going to take longer for them to remove all of the tents and the stuff from inside there than it did the actual protesters.
That's absolutely right. And it was, let me reiterate, it was peaceful for the most part. Many of the protesters acquiesced. They didn't really fight. There wasn't much resistance. There was from a handful. And then more officers would just go in and kind of gather them up, use their force, and take them over to one of the police vans that was waiting. But I do want to say, since the beginning, I did speak with some faculty advisors who were here, who were advising the group of Penn students that began the protest 2 weeks ago that Thursday night. And then, of course, it ballooned into this encampment where students from other universities came, individuals from outside, community groups came, from Palestinian coalitions in the city. You had a lot of people who weren't Penn students, and the faculty members who I spoke to said the biggest concern was really they have open expression, free speech policies in place for Penn students, but they couldn't ascertain who was a Penn student and who wasn't, because many of the protesters were wearing masks, wearing coverings, and were not producing any identification. So it got to a point where the university said, we can't ensure the safety of our students, our faculty. We don't even know who is in this encampment. Also, they couldn't even see across College Green because of the tents and the structures. So lots going on here this morning. We tried to encapsulate it. We'll send it back to you, Erin and Keith.
Yep, excellent job, Katy, out there live at the University of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, much more calm scene right now than it was. And this is the first time we've actually seen the dump truck come in and start to really get rid of all of the stuff that's accumulated over 16 days, as you mentioned. Katy, Zachry reporting live. Katy, thanks for that. And that is going to be it for this edition of The Lineup.